others could be your ability to advantageously position yourself cash-wise. You know, cash is king. It's absolutely true. The way you get through rocky or tough times is if you've got enough cash to just get you through it, chances are good when you come out on the other end, you're going to be in a far better operating position and have a competitive advantage over your peers. So let's start talking about industry changes that are affecting business office productivity. A lot of these things shouldn't sound new to you. You know, my goal for you today, when you walk away from this, is that maybe you learn one new thing or refocus on one new thing that's really important that you can put in play tomorrow when you go back to your office, or at least start thinking about. The rest of this really should sound very familiar. It's just that oftentimes, because we're busy, because we're distracted, because there are so many things changing in our industry, we forget the basics. So I just like to go over a few of those. So let's talk about the things that have changed. Everything has changed in our industry. I'm in the industry 16 years now, and the number of changes I've seen are staggering, absolutely staggering. It just reaffirms my choice to go into long-term care. I actually chose it. It wasn't an accident. I came from public accounting. I could have gone into any industry. I could have, you know, gone into banking. I could have gone into, you name it. But I chose long-term care, and it's really working out, I think. Let's see, billing. Let's talk about billing. Nothing ever changes in billing. No, everything changes in billing. Billing is constantly changing. Two new things I'd like to point out are the second and third items under billing. Medicare coinsurance crossover to Medicaid. That's effective December 3rd. How does it affect you? Well, fortunately for you, I studied up on it, and it doesn't.
Right, stop.
It doesn't, right. Well, not only that, but if you go to either one of those web links that I put up there, what you'll see is the second web link actually takes you to a frequently asked questions, and item number 28 on there says, will Medicare cross over nursing home claims to Medicaid? And the answer under the frequently asked questions is no. You will need to continue billing both Medicare and Medicaid for your nursing home claims with no changes to your current process. Hallelujah. All right, so one less thing to worry about. Let's see. The second thing, you know, it's in legislation, it's passed into law, but if not yet enacted, changes related to bed hold. You know, that's a pretty serious thing to be worried about right now that your billing staff need to be aware of. Ultimately, if they do change the occupancy percentage from 95% up to 97%, and they reduce your reimbursement, that's a double whammy. It's something that's going to absolutely affect your cash flow for those of you that have been fortunate enough to build your census back up to bed hold level. So these are things that, again, changes that are constantly coming that you need to be addressing in real time. You know, what am I going to do with this? How am I going to address it? How am I going to stay alive another year? Collections. I'm not going to talk too much about collections here because the whole last section of this presentation is really going to speak to the nuts and bolts of collections and things that are important to you and things you should be focusing on right now. The only two things I'll tell you about that is the two primary things affecting collections: volume. The number of admissions and discharges in your facility directly impacts the number of accounts that the staff that you have to work on collecting, and oftentimes there's more than one payer involved in collecting on those accounts. So now you've got somebody who's doing a tremendous amount of work just to collect the same money that used to come so easily years ago. It was a guarantee. I'm going to get it from Medicaid. I'm going to get it from Medicare. I only have to send one bill to get paid in full. Now it's billing the primary, the secondary, the tertiary, the co-insurance, the family, all for the same bill. Deductibles and co-insurance. The side effect of this is that the dollars are so huge now that now when you're sitting there talking to a family and you're talking to them about strictly co-insurance, and we're talking about getting into the tens of thousands of dollars, most people in this economic environment can't even conceive of that. You know, that's a lot of money. It is a lot of money, which makes it more difficult to collect, because when you get bills that sound ridiculous to you and seem so huge compared to maybe how you live or what your lifestyle is, you know, it's just another thing that's not going to get paid, and that obviously becomes problematic for you.